Yeah.
Eric Dyson here, Kweendom Media, AUC blog. Listen to her, learn from her, check her out. You heard? That's where the knowledge is.
For school, literally, and that you don't understand that what they worked hard for, you cannot take for granted. You have got to understand this voter suppression, and you've got to speak out against it. In fact, one of the co-founders of the Conservative Heritage Foundation said, quote, listen to this, I don't want everybody to vote. As a matter of fact, our leverage in the elections, quite candidly, goes up as the voting populace goes down, end of quote. They don't want you voting. They want you tripped out, tricked out, marginalized, distracted. The Real Housewives, well, I'm just saying. They're trying to suppress your ability to vote, which means your pocketbook will be affected at the same time.
Hi, this is Terrence White. I'm here with the AUC blog, and I'm with
Brittany Snow.
And of course the lovely Janelle Monae, Dr. Michael Dyson. Guys, I'd like to first thank you all for coming out to the AUC. Really appreciate it. My question is, what's the biggest issue you feel that's facing us African Americans? What can we do as college students to get involved with the fight and the movement to support President Obama?
I feel there are several factors that we're facing as African Americans that we'll have to break through. We need to understand our power and understand that we are, going to be the reason this country keeps someone in the White House that represents us or doesn't. And our vote is significant. And so we need to understand that our power, and when we want something, that we can all get together and unite and understand that we are better in numbers, and make it our duty to go out on November 6th and make sure that we have our paperwork straight, our IDs together, our absentee ballots together. Then I feel like we can actually move forward this country as well as moving forward as people and having somebody to represent us in the White House.
Yeah, and I'll piggyback on that. That's a brilliant summary. And I think that when we look at the high rates of unemployment, obviously 17% of African Americans are unemployed. This president has been working diligently to bring that unemployment rate down overall in America, 9 and 10%. And then disproportionately for Latinos and African Americans, we have to certainly address that. We've got to address the disproportionate concentration of African American and Latino people in prisons. Thank God that the Attorney General has reduced the disparity between crack cocaine and powder cocaine sentencing down from 100 to 18 to 1. We still need more, but that's progress. But also I think the devastation in our communities economically, the tremendous downfall that was occasioned by the subprime mortgage scandal hit us disproportionately. And then the predatory creditors and lending people have devastated our communities, and the president has generated an office to address that. So I think those things are very critical, but the suppression of the black vote, as Ms. Monae was talking about, is extremely important. We have to be on our jobs, we have to know what laws are working, what they got in place, the trickery, as they used to say back in my day, the tricknology, to try to hoodwink us on the one hand, but at the same time, we've got to be demanding that the Republicans and other people don't use their shenanigans to try to disenfranchise us. We work too hard to get to that vote.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And what are you, besides this movement, is there anything else that you guys are doing on your own to fight this movement and to support?
Yes, absolutely. Making sure that we're coming out to these universities, specifically here at HBCU. We feel like it's important to use our celebrity, to get your attention and let you know that, hey, no matter, how big or, how much money we're making, we care about this. We care about this generation, and we want to see this generation moving forward. We want to see laws put into place that help us, move forward again. And you can't move forward as a country if black people are oppressed.
That's absolutely right. And then, the tremendous, she's being modest, her brilliant work is a testimony to the sense of diversity. Listen to the musical styles, the genres, the diversity of voices that play through the landscape of her music. I mean, that itself is a living monument to the power of diversity, and not having a monolithic view of what blackness is, what it means to be a female, a person of color, a sexual being, a gendered being. What I try to do is to teach every day. You know, I'm at Georgetown right now. I taught a class on Jesse Jackson and one on Jay-Z. You know, trying to talk about the issues that are important. Because when I hear in the hip hop, you know, when Jay-Z says, "Now all my teachers couldn't beat me, and my mama couldn't, they couldn't reach me, and my mama couldn't beat me hard enough to match the pain of my pop not seeing me so. With that disdain in my memory, ain't got on my pimp game, blank the world my defense game." How do we break that down? How do we understand that? That's a sociological analysis about father absence. How do we address that? So we're involved as, you know, artistically inclined, intellectually inclined human beings who are political beings as well, trying to make sure that this generation, as Ms. Monae brilliantly said, needs to understand where it came from, and we need to let them know that we love them and we support them, and we'll do everything we can to make sure that this generation is held secure.
Hey, where would we be without you?
There's going to be a lot of places. We need you more than in Georgetown. We need you here at CAU. We need you at Morehouse.
You know what? Invitation. Got to ask me. That say, ask somebody.
How do you feel about African Americans who don't feel the need to vote and that their vote will only make a difference?
That's horrible. I think, as Ms. Monae said earlier, you know, it's extremely important for us to get our stuff together and to understand that somebody died for us to do this. Somebody gave blood, sweat, and tears. Somebody, you know, provided opportunity for us to do what we do. So it's a smack in the face of everybody who gave us that opportunity. Can you imagine LeBron James saying, "I'm not going to go to practice, man. I don't need to practice. I don't even need to get involved in the game. I'm just doing what I do." Really? I mean, somebody provided an opportunity for you who made $100,000 so you can make $15 million. So it's a smack in the face of black people for us to deny that people got hosed down by water hoses, police dogs bit them, and so there would be a smack in the face of every black person who gave us the opportunity to do what we do.
Absolutely.
What do you think we can do to keep the minds of, because my generation now says more lazy and a lot of times ignorant to the fact we're caught up in technology or music or videos. How do we reverse that and make someone, let's say, pick up a book? And that's the most simple, basic thing that somebody can do to expand their mind. So how do you get someone that might be, you know, just ignorant to the fact? I know plenty of people that don't even want to pick up a book. So how do you get them to even want to go out and get the knowledge and get the power?
Roots. Roots. You need to get roots and roots the next generation. And you will see exactly why it's important for you to pick up a book and read it. You will understand that information we were not allowed to see back then. You would get whooped if you started reading anything on a piece of paper or knowing how to write something. You knew too much. What was it for you? So go watch that video and then talk to me after that.
And look, and Ms. Monae again is being modest, but if you take a listen to her album, look at the ideas. You know, I was thinking about her notion that freedom itself is bound. That's a philosophical argument. Look at the metaphor that she's evoking there. That freedom itself, the very notion of liberty, is itself bound by narrowness, by parochial vision and life. So, you know, books are critical. I write them. I've written many of them. I want people to read them, but I also want people to listen to intelligent music. You can be informed and educated by listening to a great hip-hop album, to a great blues album. Nina Simone can teach you something. Janelle Monae can teach you something. Listening to Stevie Wonder, Love's in Need of Love Today. Whitney Houston, the late great, you know, the greatest love of all I found within myself. So you can look at the philosophical arguments that are contained in the musical expressions, but also that should lead you back to, as Ms. Monae talked about, the original films, the film roots. Look at the book roots by Alex Haley. Look at what was going on there, the portrayal of our history, and then you can read some nonfiction that's critically and vitally important. So, and I wouldn't diss the technology, because you could use Twitter and you can use Facebook and stuff to point people to articles, post articles, talk about books that are critical. So I'm not going to diss the technology. I'm going to say technology becomes another means and vehicle to enlighten and engage us.
Absolutely.